Good afternoon. My name is John Hel Ruiz, and today I'm going to be presenting the introduction of our project Work-Life Balance. We're going to be speaking about multiple different types of topics that are including a work-life balance, exactly how it works, what it's about, as well as its history. Today's agenda, we will be speaking about what is work-life balance specifically, as in exactly what it pertains to, how it works, the origins of work-life balance, where it came from, its origination, as well as how it's helped in the past, the importance of work-life balance in everyday life. We still do use work-life balance to this day. It's not something that we have not stopped using or not thought about in the past, and as well the purpose of our current study in regards to work-life balance. So first off, what is work-life balance? Work-life balance, or WLB as its initials, refers to the equilibrium between professional responsibilities and personal life, ensuring that one does not dominate the other. It is a dynamic concept that has garnered significant attention in both academic and organizational contexts due to its implications for employee well-being, job performance, and overall life satisfaction. In an era of rapid technological advancements, shifting job demands, and evolving family structures, achieving work-life balance has become increasingly challenging for individuals across various sectors. What this is trying to say is simply finding a middle ground in between work and life itself, trying to find out how one can be a good employee while also having a decent life. Well, something we do know specifically is people such as parents who might have children earlier in life. They have kids to worry about, but they also have to maintain a decent balance between their children and their work to ensure that they can still earn money as a good employee while still having a relationship with their children as well as their husbands and their wives. The origins of work-life balance. The origins of work-life balance discourse can be tracked to the late 20th century as workplaces began to recognize the importance of balancing work demands with personal commitments. I also added the citations here as well. Initially, research focused on the negative outcomes of work-life conflicts such as job burnout, stress, and decreased productivity. However, more recent studies have shifted toward identifying positive outcomes associated with balanced work and personal roles, including improved mental health, job satisfaction, and life fulfillment. The importance of work-life balance in life. From an organizational perspective, promoting work-life balance is not only critical for employee well-being, but also for enhancing productivity and reducing turnover. Employees who achieve a healthy balance between work and life rules are less likely to experience job dissatisfaction, stress, and absenteeism. Companies that prioritize work-life balance often benefit from increased employee engagement, loyalty, and performance. This right here specifically speaks more about how important it is for employers to actually go ahead and incorporate this into their workforce. Work-life balance is extremely important. In the end, we're not machines, we are still people, and we have lives to attend to as well. It's not only about work. Some businesses tend to forget that fact, causing employees to usually become very stressed out, and in the end, they usually end up quitting. But in people who normally do interpret work-life balance into the workplace, usually have a higher retention rate of their employees, and usually higher satisfaction and loyalty. The purpose of the study aims to further investigate the role of positive psychological interventions, specifically gratitude and mindfulness practices, in improving work-life balance. Building on existing literature, the research seeks to determine whether incorporating gratitude exercises and mindfulness techniques into daily routines can mitigate life conflict and enhance overall well-being. By focusing on these evidence-based interventions, this study will contribute to a growing body of knowledge surrounding the optimization of work-life balance and its impact to both personal and professional domains. What we're trying to go ahead and show in this study is just how different it is that an employee could work, whether it be someone who has a history of low performance due to a lack of work-life balance, or someone who has a high history of work-life balance, just so you can see the initial difference between the two and just how they line up based on this. Someone who already has a good concept of work-life balance will easily show better loyalty and maybe a better satisfaction with their job. Compared to someone who doesn't have it, it's very easy to see how dissatisfied they are with their job and how difficult it is for them to work with a clear head, especially with thinking about how things are at home or in general with their overall life. Thank you so much for this, for listening to the introduction. I'll see you at the next slide with my next participant.
Hello, my name is Brianna Eichar, and for today's portion of this presentation, I will be presenting why is research important. So before we try to understand why research is important, we first have to know what is research. Research can mean many different things to many different people, but for me personally, I think of research as the creation of new knowledge while still using existing knowledge to create new concepts. In other words, it's a process of seeking out information and problems. And there are many different types of research. For example, there's survey, there's experiment, there's case studies. All in all of these have one thing in common, and that's finding an answer and trying to be more knowledgeable in a subject. Now, for this presentation, we talk about work-life balance. But what does that have to do with research? To understand what work-life balance is, we first have to know the definition. And the definition is simple. It's just having a balance between work and your personal life. And this correlates with research because research today shows how having a great work-life balance can really help with a person's mental being and well-being. I've stated before in the introduction, an example of work-life balance would be a student. Some students here have work and school and they're balancing out their work-life balance. A single mother working a job and taking care of her kids, that's kind of like work-life balance, but the balance is them having time for themselves and having time to work. It's like a work-life harmony. Having a good work-life balance is really essential for the well-being of a person and having a good job satisfaction and good productivity. Moving on to the next slide on why this is important and how this correlates with research is because knowledge is key. Research today allows us to uncover the issues that employees face and students face with balancing their work and life. It helps us understand the underlying factors of why certain people feel stress and how we can help with that stress by providing practices and resources that can help them. Like stated before, research brings in knowledge and it helps bring the field that you're researching or studying. For example, without research, we wouldn't know anything about psychology or biology or basically anything because research helps us validate theories and concepts and help us understand things. Which brings me on to my next point, that research helps with innovation. A good example of this would be vaccines we have today. Without research, medical research, we wouldn't be able to have life-saving treatments or vaccines that help us right now today. The data that we get from research can help us develop policies and promote balance. And to be more specific, in this presentation, the students here focus on mindful practices and if we incorporate this can help with people dealing with stress in the workplace or in their lives. And with this comes good outcomes, which brings me on to my next slide. The relationship in this study that was conducted in 2003 and 2013 showed that there was a significant relationship between having a higher work-life balance and how it produced better mental and physical health than those who didn't have a good health-life balance. Research like this shows people having a great work-life balance can help with productivity and having reduced stress and a better job satisfaction. Which brings me on to my next slide. Mindful exercises can calm the mind and it allows others to handle work better. It helps people deal with stress better and handle work situations easier. This can create a healthy work-life balance and improve. Thank you for watching this part of the presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now moving on to the next person.
Hello, my name is Yesenia Ortega, and I will be going over the mindfulness and gratitude practices portion of our presentation. So now that we have kind of learned about what mindfulness and gratitude practices can do within work-life balance, I think it's important that we go over actual examples of how to practice them. And mindfulness and gratitude practices can show up in many different ways, and there are ways to practice for everyone. And most likely you have already done one of these. So a lot of people, when they hear this, they may think, doing yoga, something extreme like that. And the reality is that it's not always something that has to go to that extreme. A lot of times you're going to see that you've already practiced these kind of practices and enforce them in your real life. So let's start with something simple. So we'll start with morning and evening reflection. This is something that you can do every day. It doesn't take much effort. So when you wake up, start your day by reflecting what you are grateful for, or when you go to sleep, reflect on what went well throughout your day. You can do either or, you can do both. Some of you already do this by praying in the morning. Part of that prayer is to thank for what we have and what we get to do. But if you do not pray to any higher power, that's okay as well. You can complete this exercise by having a journal near your bedside, as well as a pen. For those people that prefer being on their phones, you can also do it on the Notes app as well. And you can even do like a kind of a challenge for yourself to make a journal. So you can do this by making a lot of entries every single day, every morning, night, or only morning. Just get those entries in. And then that in turn will give you a lot of pages and this journal to reflect on. And this practice can help you relax before bed, or even set a positive tone for the new day that is ahead of you. So here we have some examples. You have the prayer. You see the girl there, she's thinking, and then as well as the journaling. Okay. So something a little bit more effort is acts of kindness. So this is just engaging in small acts of kindness for others. So this can be as simple as holding the door or complimenting someone. It can even be something a little bit more effort, like paying for the person behind you at the drive-thru. So for one of our assignments for this class, we actually had to do something like that. Not paying for the person behind us, but it was an act of kindness that we had to do. And the interesting about that specific exercise of paying for the person behind you is that you may not receive acknowledgement at all, as you would if you complimented someone or held the door. But that opens the door for a whole other lesson like humbleness. But either way, that act of kindness, the purpose of it is supposed to make you feel good. It's supposed to make you reflect. And just like we're talking about with the mindful and gratitude practices. Okay. So finally, we have gratitude visualization. So this is just as simple as closing your eyes and visualizing something that you're grateful for. This could be a past event, a positive memory, or a person. So you hold that image in your mind and feel the gratitude associated with it. Some people may do this already. Maybe they get really frustrated and then they just kind of close their eyes and think, oh, like where would I want to be right now? Maybe on a beach, sipping a pina colada, something funny like that. And that seems to help. But this visualization, it's good with practicing gratitude and goes along with the mindfulness. All right. So those are pretty much some very, very simple ways to practice gratitude and mindfulness. There are many other ways, but that is something very simple that we kind of want to bring to everyone. Hopefully you were able to practice some of these exercises or have more of an open mind, at least, to the practices. It's really important to practice the mindfulness and gratitude practices because it goes with the work-life balance. The work isn't going to stop. We always have to work. We have to work, some of us more than others. We have to support people. or whatever the case may be. And if we let work eat up our lives, we need to leave space for our mental health, even for physical health. And it's important to know how to balance the two, to live a sustainable, healthy life, to have healthy relationships, and not only with people, but with yourself. So once again, I hope that this was able to open your mind to some of the things, or even a refresher, or have some new ideas of how to practice. And we will now be passing the presentation on to the next group member. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Raj Budu. Today I'll present supporting studies on work-life balance with a focus on two promising practices, gratitude and mindfulness. Both practices have received significant attention in recent studies for their roles in enhancing well-being, reducing stress, and fostering positive relationships, all crucial factors in achieving a healthy work-life balance. Work-life balance has become a critical topic in organizational psychology. According to the American Psychological Association 2022, over 70% of U.S. employees report feeling some degree of work-life imbalance, which correlates strongly with stress, burnt out, and decreased productivity. This trend has extensive repercussions not only on personal health but also for the organizations. In fact, the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology 2021 estimates that work-life imbalance costs U.S. businesses $190 billion annually in healthcare expenses and lost productivity. Within this context, gratitude and mindfulness practices have emerged as accessible, evidence-based strategies to improve work-life balance by enhancing emotional resilience and reducing stress. Gratitude, which is the positive emotional response to receiving benefit or recognizing positive aspects of life. Emmons and McCulloch 2003 has consistently been linked to enhanced well-being. Studies indicate that gratitude has a buffering effect against the stress of juggling work and personal life demands. In a study by Allen et al. 2021, individuals who engage in daily gratitude practices such as gratitude journaling reported a 26% reduction in work-life conflict compared to those who did not. This suggests that gratitude allows for positive reappraisal of stressful situations, thereby supporting more adaptive coping strategies. Moreover, gratitude practices appear to positively impact workplace dynamics. Kaplan et al. 2020 conducted a study where employees who practice gratitude at work reported a 21% increase in job satisfaction and a 32% increase in engagement level. These individuals also experienced improved emotional resources, which enable them to handle work-life demand more effectively. Such benefits reflect that gratitude doesn't just improve individual well-being, it contributes to a more harmonious work-life integration by promoting positive workplace relationships and job satisfaction. Mindfulness is the practice of maintaining awareness in the present moment without a judgment. Kabat-Zinn 1994 is well documented for its stress reduction benefits. Mindfulness interventions such as mindfulness-based stress reduction (MBSR) have shown a remarkable impact on work-life balance by helping individuals regulate emotions and manage work-related stress effectively. A study by Allen and Kieberts 2012 found that employees practicing mindfulness reported a 30% decrease in work-related rumination and a 28% improvement in their perceived work-life balance. This was largely due to their enhanced ability to unplug and mentally detach from work during non-work hours. Holziger et al. 2013 also highlighted that Employees who practice mindfulness experienced a significant reduction in work-to-family spillover, which is the negative impact of work stress on family life. These individuals reported a 41% improvement in emotional resilience, which helped them manage personal and professional stress more effectively. Additionally, research from Slutsky et al. 2019 showed that mindfulness improved not only detachment from work during leisure time, but also overall job satisfaction, suggesting that mindfulness contributes to better work-life balance and promotes effective recovery. Evidence also suggests that combining gratitude and mindfulness practices can provide a synergistic benefit, further enhancing work-life benefits. Both practices emphasize positive emotional experiences and emotional regulation, which are essential for balancing work and personal demand. Tesla et al. 2015 found that individuals who practice gratitude alongside mindfulness reported a 35% improvement in emotional well-being and a 40% increase in personal life satisfaction compared to those who practice mindfulness alone. The Journal of Positive Psychology 2020 found that employees who combine gratitude and mindfulness in their daily routines were less likely to experience burnt out, with a reported 45% decrease in stress-related symptoms overall over an 8-week period. By promoting optimism, emotional resilience, gratitude, and mindfulness can help individuals approach work-life challenges with a more balanced perspective. Finally, longitudinal studies suggest that regular mindfulness practice can have long-term benefits on work-life balance and well-being. A 5-year study published in the Journal of Behavioral Health 2022 tracked employees practicing mindfulness and found that their perceived work-life balance improved by over 45% over time. Additionally, they exhibited lower levels of chronic stress, reported higher job satisfaction, indicating that mindfulness support both immediate and sustained improvement in quality of life. Thank you.
Intervention. Target population. This intervention targets corporate employees identified as experiencing significant work-life conflict, often resulting in elevated stress levels, diminishing job satisfaction, and reduced overall well-being. Hypothesis. The hypothesis guidance this intervention is enhancing employees' work-life balance through a structured gratitude, exercises, and mindfulness meditation sections will significantly decrease perceived work-life conflict, reduce stress levels, and increase both job satisfaction and emotional resilience. Intervention structure. This 8-week intervention is designed around a single structured program comprising gratitude exercises and mindfulness meditation, with each component introduced and practiced in weekly sections. Each section follows a carefully crafted routine aimed at fostering self-awareness, stress management, and emotional resilience through incremental mastery of both practices. Weekly sections outline. Each section is designed to last 60 minutes and follows a consistent structure. We begin with a check-in, followed by targeted gratitude and mindfulness exercises, which increases in complexity as weeks progress. Sections conclude with reflecting and goal setting for the following weeks. Participants receive daily tasks to reinforce learning, helping them build self-awareness and manage stress effectively in real-life situations. Week 1. Basics of gratitude and mindfulness. Week 1 introduces participants to foundational practices, gratitude journaling, and basic breathing meditation. They are encouraged to document 3 positive events daily, fostering an optimistic mindset. Additionally, a 10-minute guided meditation brings focus to present moment awareness, allowing participants to gradually become attuned to their emotional states. Those initial steps establish the groundwork for daily mindfulness. Week 2. Workplace Gratitude Focus. In Week 2, participants focus on cultivating gratitude, especially for work experience, by identifying positive aspects of their daily task of interactions. They learn to appreciate their work environment. A body scanning meditation is introduced to promote awareness of physical tension, helping participants release stress. This approach encourages a positive outlook on their workplace, gradually shifting perceptions. Week 3. Gratitude in Action. This week emphasizes expressing gratitude actively, such as writing and, if possible, sharing a gratitude letter with a colleague. A 20 minutes loving kindness meditation is introduced, focusing on compassion for oneself and others, enhancing resilience. This practice nurtures positive relationships and deepens the emotional benefits of gratitude by reinforcing interpersonal connections. Week 4. Workplace Gratitude Integration. By week 4, participants incorporate gratitude more deeply by recording specific moments of gratitude throughout the day. The mindful pause technique, a 10-minute breathing exercise, is introduced as an on-demand tool for immediate stress relief. This helps participants learn to reset, refocus during the workday, increasing stress resilience and boosting productivity. Week 5. Emotional Awareness Reflection. Week 5 shifts to gratitude for work challenges, guiding participants to view setbacks as growth opportunities. Open monitoring meditation is introduced, helping them observe thoughts without attachment, reducing reactivity. This strengthens emotional resilience and encourages self-regulation, helping them apply constructive coping strategies in both personal and professional situations. Week 6. Building Resilience through Reflection. This week, participants focus on past professional challenges and identify any positive outcomes they led to, helping reframe adversity. Focus and attention meditation improve clarity and concentration, enhancing participants' ability to address work demands effectively. By training resilience and problem solving, they gain tools to navigate future challenges with confidence. Week 7. Sustaining Practices Long Term. Week 7 emphasizing sustaining practices by integrating gratitude and mindfulness into everyday routines. Participants create a personalized mindfulness integration plan, committing to moments of gratitude and mindfulness throughout the day. This structure is designed to ensure this practice remains consistent beyond the program, supporting a sustained, balanced lifestyle. Week 8. Final Reflection and Planning. In the final week, participants reflect on their journey, documenting the impact of gratitude and mindfulness in a closing journal entry. A final 20 minutes meditation focuses on integration, reinforcing the commitment to maintaining this practice. Participants visualize using these techniques in the future, setting a sustainable course for ongoing work-life balance. Expected outcomes. The proposed intervention is designed to cultivate resilience and self-awareness, empowering employees to integrate gratitude and mindfulness into their daily routines for improved work-life balance. In building these positive psychological attributes, participants in the study are expected to realize reduction in perceived work-life conflict, improved emotional regulation, and job satisfaction. In conclusion, this intervention provides a systematic and sustainable method of offsetting the adverse effects of work-related stress and harmonizing work-life balance.